What the heck do we call that thing? Do we call it an EVSE or do we call it a charger? That is the question we're going to talk about today. Just in time for Christmas, I've released 2 ornaments to hang on your Christmas tree this holiday season. One resembles the Ioniq 5 wheel and the other the Ioniq 6. So if you want to show off the love you have for your car or purchase a gift for somebody who does own one, these are available for $15 plus shipping at the links below. Hey everyone, it's the Ioniq Guy. If this is your first time to my channel, welcome. My name is Corbin. I cover all things Hyundai, Kia, Genesis, EV related. Today kind of pertains to any EV in general. But we're talking EVSE versus charger, the great debate, or at least it was until today's video. So you might have seen already a few weeks ago, I took a poll because I wanted to find out, what do you guys prefer? After nearly 800 votes were submitted, the results are in, and 87% of you say we should refer to it as a charger and not an EVSE. And I am in complete agreement with all of you. I think we should call it a charger. Now, this all started several weeks ago when one viewer commented on a video saying, "Why aren't you calling it an EVSE? You're calling it a charger. That's incorrect." And I explained my reasoning why I think we should be referring to it as a charger. And they said, "Well, I'm going to unsubscribe and stop watching your content unless you start calling it an EVSE." And I said, "You know what? Then unsubscribe and stop watching my videos because that's not going to happen." And that got me thinking this would be an interesting topic to kind of investigate a little further with all of you, my viewers. And now thanks to this one individual, we know that people want to refer to it as a charger. So where does the confusion of what to call this start? The reason for the confusion is because this is not actually a charger per se. If you look in the National Electric Code, this is going to be referred to as EVSE, or Electrical Vehicle Supply Equipment. Now there's many things throughout the National Electric Code that have names that nobody's ever going to use. The thing in your wall, that's not an outlet, it's a receptacle. Didn't you all know that? I would say at least 9 out of 10 people are going to refer to that thing in the wall as an outlet, not a receptacle. Colloquially, we just call things what is easiest and what makes the most sense. And the reason this person was up in arms is because the charger is technically built into your EV. This device is called an onboard charger, or OBC. I don't really know the history of EVs, but it's possible that back in the day, we might be going back as far as the early 20th century, they did not have an onboard charger. All of that was built into the building or wherever they were charging, and then it was simply just using a cable to move that energy into the car. And what this charger does is it converts AC power from your wall to DC power to be stored in the battery. Batteries cannot store alternating current. They only store direct current. And what's kind of funny is that the motors in your EV use alternating current. So you then have to convert that DC power back into AC power for the motors to use. So in a perfect world, you'd be able to store alternating current in a battery pack and then power the motors from that. But we don't live in a perfect world. So this person's reasoning is that you can't call the thing that the car is actually plugged into a charger because it's not actually a charger. But for all intents and purposes, it is a charger. We all call the thing that we plug into our laptops, our phones, a charger. I'm not going to refer to my cell phone charger as a cell phone supply equipment. It just makes zero sense. And I am not alone in this thinking. Many of you have probably seen EV charger reviews from Tom Malogany on his State of Charge YouTube channel. He is the premier EV charger reviewer. He's covered basically every single one on the market, and he does extensive testing. He does cold weather bend testing, heat performance testing, water testing. He does it all. So if you haven't already seen his channel, I'll leave a link below. But scrolling through his playlist of EV charger reviews, he does not once refer to them as an EVSE, because he knows that people aren't searching for EVSE reviews. They're searching for EV charger reviews. And even if you search EVSE review on YouTube, search by view count, none of these videos say anything about EVSE in their title. And even if you go to Amazon or any of these manufacturers' websites, they all call them chargers. They're the ones that make them. They know that that's what people are looking for their own bottom lines. They don't want to refer to it as just an EVSE because they're never going to sell them because people aren't searching for it. So I think the consensus is that everybody knows what you're talking about when you say an EV charger. They know you're not talking about the onboard charger. Now, say for a service technician at a dealership, yes, they are going to refer to that device as the onboard charger, the one that's in the car, because for their line of work, that is very specific. For the general public and people buying EVs, it doesn't need to be called an EVSE. Now, this here is the J Plus booster. I recently reviewed it. It's a portable level 2 EV charger. Now, all this really is basically just a contactor. It's basically just a switch. So in the J1772 port, you have 3 power connections that's going to be hot, neutral, and ground, but those 2 smaller ones, those are for communication. And what those 2 communication wires are doing, they are sending signals between the car and this. This could be mounted on the wall if it were a different device, but all it's saying is, okay, we're ready to accept some power. Give it to us. And that's more or less all it's doing. The charger is also monitoring temperatures in some cases, and then it will shut itself off if there's the risk of something running out of control and reaching thermal runaway. So yeah, I will not be referring to it as an EVSE. I know I have kind of mixed the 2 words interchangeably in the past, but I think at this point where we're starting to really see mainstream buyers switching to EVs, we need to remove as much complication as possible. I'm sure there's some of you who are going to completely disagree with this, but just know that you are the minority at this point. But anyway, those are my thoughts on the matter. But all you naysayers, let us know what you think down in the comment section. So if you liked today's video, be sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already done so. Consider becoming a channel member if you want to support me and my channel, starting as low as $3 per month. If you need some accessories for an Ioniq 5, Ioniq 6, or Genesis GV60, I've got accessories in my store at ioniqguy.com or at Etsy for international buyers, links below. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care, everybody.